Hello there. It's going too slowly for Putin's liking. It appears from the reports emerging from the country that the Ukrainians are fighting and fighting hard for the survival of their country as an independent state. We've even seen an old lady confront a Russian soldier and give him some poppy seeds to put in his pockets, so at least when he dies in her country there will be sunflowers. The capital Kiev has not yet fallen. The Ukraine army managed to recapture the airport from Russian special forces, and there is a video circulating the web of a lone Ukrainian man doing the Tiananmen Square by standing in the middle of the road in front of a convoy of tanks and lorries as they veered to go round him. And far from turning on their own generals and government, as Putin was expecting and asking them to do, Ukrainian soldiers and civilians have been gathering to their flag in an act of defiance against Putin. And the UK Defence Secretary Ben Wallace made the assessment yesterday that Putin is behind his hoped-for timetable. And on top of that, more and more Russians are protesting against the war, and more well-known Russian faces are speaking out against it. So I would now suspect that Putin will be turning on his own advisers and generals, demanding more bombs and more shells and more and fiercer attacks, or face Putin's personal wrath on them and their families and friends. And if Ukraine fails to succumb in the coming days and it turns into a guerrilla war expensive in life, money and time, how long before Putin is holed up in his bunker doing an impression of a certain former German leader in his bunker and shouting orders at his hapless generals? Already there are stories emerging of general Kremlin disquiet at the launching of this folly of a war by Putin. And you only have to look at the staged, public humiliation of his top officials by Putin a few days ago when he demanded their obedience to his plans to get an idea of how he was treating them prior to the invasion. Now that he's getting a bit bogged down, he will be blaming those around him, not himself. I suspect he will be getting very irked at what he will see as the failure of his generals. And if this does drag on, some of those officials and generals might disappear for unexplained reasons. If so, expect to see former German leader bunker scene sketches about Putin start to make an appearance on YouTube. You know the ones I mean. And humour is a great way to get at despots like Putin.